Hi there, welcome to Pink Office 101. My name is Carrie Catlin and I am the Director of Customer Success with pinkoffice.com, and that means that it is my job to help you be successful with using Pink Office. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be about a 30-minute webinar, so you can pause it at any time and go try whatever action that is, process in your own Pink Office account and then come back and watch a little more of the video. But this is a longer video that is going to cover a lot of information at one time. So let's go ahead and jump right in. First off, I want to show you our communication system that we use. You occasionally will get some conversations that show on the right hand side of your screen. You may even see a little pink bubble, or you will see a pink bubble. Sometimes it will show one of our faces in a conversation that you're having with one of the girls that works in support. So we do actually have live support that's available Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., 2 p.m. to 5, and then Tuesday and Thursday evenings from 6 to 9, and Saturday from 10 to 1. Sunday we're closed, but a lot of times we get on and check messages on Sunday, but we don't have a particular time that we do that because it's Sunday. So you can just click the little X right here in the top right hand corner of that box. And we have another message from Brittany that's talking about the new referrals program, and I'll be sure to cover that with you in a little while. So those messages are all closed out, and now we just have a pink bubble. If I did have a question, and it actually is during live chat hours, then you just click this pink bubble and start a new conversation. And you can see your old conversations here, and you can do that anytime. It doesn't have to be during the live chat hours. You can actually start a conversation with us anytime. And next time we are in the office, then someone will answer that question. So, okay, we are using a demo account here with the name of Luke. I'm obviously not Luke, but this is a demo account. So let's look at setting up your Pink Office account. So we're going to click on the username right here in the top right hand corner, and we're going to go to settings. And in this settings section, you need to go ahead and fill out the entire form here, so that if we need to find you, then we can find you based on this information. So, you know, it may be where we have 3 people, I was going to say 3 Luke Catlins, that's probably not likely, but say your name is Sue Smith. We could have several consultants with the same name, and so we can look at phone numbers and email addresses to make sure that we're talking to the right person and looking into the right person's account. So sometimes I'll see these not filled out, so be sure to fill all of this information out as completely as possible. You do want to enter your director's name. This is actually my national sales director that's entered in here. You do want to enter your director's name and email address, because that will allow you to send her your weekly accomplishment sheets. So your weekly accomplishment sheets will have a special button on them only if you have your director's email address filled in right here. Okay, contacts. This is just going to be how you want your contacts to appear, in what format and how you want your labels to appear. You do want to set up your tax rate as your default tax rate. So whatever tax that you're charged, then you will want to put that right here. That will be your default tax rate, and then I'll show you in a little bit how to change that on your invoices, because I know you're selling all over the country, so you will want to change that. If you live in Texas, Virginia, or New York, you need to choose that you live in Texas, Virginia, or New York, because you have certain tax exemption rules, and we have those set up on the products that are exempt, whether that's an over-the-counter drug or a sunscreen product. Those are already, the tax exemptions are already set in our system. Okay, so you can also choose whether or not to show your customer's birthday on your invoice, and whether or not you want to mark your new invoices delivered. Delivered products is when they are pulled from your inventory, so you can choose to just always pull those out of inventory every time you create and mark and close, save an invoice. And this section right here, you can actually add your own logo, Mary Kay approved logo, to your invoice so that it won't just say invoice or something boring like that. So you can choose a file, and you've got your the size that the file can be listed there, and also you can enter a default message that you might want to have on your invoices. Thank you for shopping with me, or something longer if you choose. All right, let's look at the inventory. This one's really short, self-explanatory, and catalog. So we want to set this to 50%. That's going to be important when we are importing our orders from Mary Kay InTouch, that this does get set to 50%. All right, so just go ahead and leave your personal catalog set at custom products, or you can name it something different if you want. I'll show you the custom products catalog in a little bit when we touch on inventory. These are products that you're creating for yourself. So I could call this Carrie's custom products or something like that, but it doesn't have to change. All right, so we're going to click save, and moving right along, we're still in the profile section, settings section. Be sure that your billing date, or billing information rather, is all filled out here on the web version of Pink Office. Even if you began Pink Office from the iPhone app, it's you have more payment options, and to have it drawn on a monthly, biannual, or annual, yearly basis instead of you having to enter your information every month. So it's a little bit more convenient than it is just through the iTunes store. If at any point you want to cancel your account, that is right here in this big red X area. You can just click that button and it will indeed cancel your account. You will have to contact us if you wish to reopen it. So you don't want to click that unless you really mean it. Okay, integrations. If you are using ProPay, you want to be sure to enter the email address that you have associated with your ProPay account here, and then you'll be given the option to have your customers pay you through ProPay, and also to have their invoices have that option in an email. So be sure that that information is there as well. Okay, so we are also now going to look at your inventory, contacts, and sales. Those are the three tabs we're going to touch on during this webinar. You can see more about reports, money, datebook in your Pink Office 201 that you can also find on this YouTube channel. All right, let's start by looking at inventory. Okay, so this inventory actually has a little bit in it. I was going to say it was empty, but it actually does have some products in it. Okay, so the first thing that you want to know is how to import an order from Mary Kay InTouch. So I clicked inventory, and then I clicked inventory orders, and now I'm going to click InTouch import right here. And in these fields, I would enter my consultant number and my password to Mary Kay InTouch. This information here is not your Pink Office information. This is what you would use to log into Mary Kay InTouch. Your order data will be pulled over from InTouch that way. And then click import, and then you'll be given your order. I don't want to enter in my credentials on a recorded video, but that is how you do that. If you want to enter a order from a physical count, or enter your inventory from a physical count, so you've got products on your shelf and you're going to count them all up and then enter in how many products you have on hand into your inventory. So that's the next thing that I'm going to show you how to do. So you click inventory and then adjustments and add adjustment. Okay, and so then we're going to say that this is an initial count, and we will call this beginning inventory. And we'll choose today's date and click Save. So then at that point, you will want to have your order form handy, or however you filled out your physical count. I like to do that just on an order form. If you have to write any numbers in, maybe products that aren't on the current order form, you can do that on a separate piece of paper, but you just fill it out on an order form almost like you were ordering it for the quantity of how many you had. So you can just go through the order form and enter in product numbers at that time. So let's just go ahead with entering in some products. And I like to enter them in by part number because it's a little bit easier to find them right since we're entering in so many at a time. That's one reason I like to use an order form. So you're just going to go ahead and enter your products in like this, and then the one that you want will come right up. I'll probably tell you this a few times in this video and others. Whenever you see current at the end of a product name, that means that's the most current product in the current order form. So sometimes products will change part numbers, and sometimes they'll change prices. And you might see Time Wise 3-in-1 Cleanser in a list and you say, oh, which is the right one? Well, if you want the one from the current catalog, then you'll choose the one with current at the end. Okay, since this inventory in this demo account actually has some products or some things that have happened in it, I'm seeing some funny numbers over here. You wouldn't see this if your inventory was empty in Pink Office. So I'm going to actually change my on hand to what I want it to be. Actually, I'll change my new level to what I want it to be. We'll say I want to have 3 of those. So then that will adjust my inventory. This total here is going to be the total amount of change since this is actually a recount, since the system knew that it wasn't a beginning inventory, that it was a recount because I already had products in here. So it's telling me the amount of difference. All right. And so you would just continue on that way and go through adding in your products as you had them on your order form or however you wrote them down. And then click Apply Adjustment. If you weren't quite done and you needed to come back to this later, then just click Save Draft. And then when you were all done, you would click Apply Adjustment. If you realized you'd done all the wrong things, then you would just throw this in the trash and delete the adjustment, which is what we're going to do now because we don't really need that. Okay, so now let's take a peek at contacts. Okay, so this is the contacts section of Pink Office, and you can import your contacts from Mary Kay InTouch. And so what we would do is click the Import InTouch Contacts button right here. And again, we're going to enter in our consultant number and password for Mary Kay InTouch and then click Import. And that's going to pull in all of your contacts that you have listed in Mary Kay InTouch. It will first check for duplicates, so you can do that as many times as you need to, and it's not going to keep downloading all this same, or importing rather is the right word, all the same contacts repeatedly. So it does check for duplicates. However, if you have someone that moves, you do need to change their address in both places, or gets a new phone number. You do need to change their address in both places because the information won't change, because it checks for duplicates and it will say, we already have a Christy Alley, or we already have Fiona Apple. This is funny in here, Betty Boop in this demo account. So we already have this person, so we're not going to import any information for them. So you will need to re-enter their correct address. So if we wanted to add a contact manually, then just click Add Contact. And so then you'll enter in her personal information here, additional information, and information from her profile. And it's pretty simple. If you do want to export your contacts, you can do that to a CSV file by simply clicking Import Export and export them to a CSV file if you have them already. in an Excel or a CSV file, you can import them from that as well. Which that's actually a good solution if you are coming to Pink Office from another software. You can look into how you can export those contacts into a CSV file and then import those into Pink Office. All right, let's go ahead and look at our sales, because that is what we really want to do, is to sell products. Okay, so here we are in sales, and this is where we're going to create an invoice. So let's start from the very beginning and create a new invoice. And we can actually add a new contact from right here. So it's a quick add. It doesn't have all the information as the other forms did, but then you can go back and fill out profile information and additional information from the contact itself after you've got the quick add entered. You can choose what kind of sale this was, whether it was on the go, facial reorder, brochure, miscellaneous PCP, double facial show, online order, class, whatever you want to call it. Some of these things are bookings, obviously, and some of them are not. So a reorder is not a booking, so you're not going to get an option to add a booking, but some other things are. So we've got facials are bookings. So then we get this booking field. So we can add the booking to our calendar, and that would actually fill in your weekly accomplishment sheet, and it would fill in on your calendar, just like if you added a booking from the date book section. So let's go ahead and just go from this point. And then this is what the invoice looks like on the inside, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up some product numbers here, because that, again, is my favorite way to enter things, is to just glance at the product numbers. But let's look up something using the words. Okay, so what I want you to know is that I have entered the products as closely to what they are in the Mary Kay catalog as possible. So, however it is written in the Mary Kay catalog, consultant order form is how they're entered into our catalog, except for the word current. Okay, there we go. So that's a really fast way to find the product. I said 3-in-1 cleanser current, and now I've got the normal to dry or the combination of oily right there, my top two choices. So let's go time-wise. Moisturizer. All right, and so we'll give her I even did something funny there with time-wise, and let's go ahead and give her the cleanser and the moisturizer, and it's added up here. It's got my sales tax, but maybe she had a discount. So I'm just going to discount her cleanser by $2. So that's going to come off of there, or I could give a discount off the entire invoice. So let's say a $5 discount off the entire invoice. I can make choices like tax after discount, tax the shipping, marked delivered when saving, or marked paid when saving. I suggest to just mark those. If you usually get paid and you usually deliver right away, when you click save, it's going to come right out of your inventory and it's going to mark it saved. So that's going to save you some time. So let's go ahead and keep those marked, but I'll also show you how to manually pay an invoice that you did leave outstanding. Oh, I can set a follow-up date with her so that I can call her back to see how she was enjoying her cleanser and moisturizer. So I could set that right here. Let's call her in 7 days. All right, so this is my invoice, so I could print this out, and that's what it's going to look like for her. Remember earlier I told you could change your logo, so it didn't say invoice, so that's super boring right there. So you can actually put some Mary Kay approved logo right there. Okay, so this is going to show me that I have 0 due on this invoice and that all the products have been delivered. If that was not the case, let's go back to Invoices and let's go ahead and filter by delivery status. Let's say I want to see all the invoices that are not delivered. I may not have any. Oh, look at that. I have several invoices that aren't delivered. How about all the invoices that aren't delivered and are also outstanding? Okay, I have 2 of those. So I know this is some business I need to finish up. I could also search invoices that were not delivered and that are outstanding from, let's see, from January to, yeah, that's the only one I saw there. So let's go January to the end of March. So that is the only one. So I can search for this in lots of different ways. So as I take off filters, it's also going to open up the other things that were available. So these are all the not delivered. So let's just see all. I could see all just my outstanding. So I've got lots of different ways I can look at those. Maybe everyone paid me, so I'm going to click this little box here that's above all these and say, they all paid. Yes, I'd like to pay them all. And now those are all paid. So there's lots of things that you can do here with your invoices. And let's imagine that we made a mistake on this invoice right here. So I'm going to go back into it by clicking on the invoice number. And I'm going to click on Edit Invoice. And this little box here is telling me that if I put it into draft mode, then deliveries are going to be removed. And my products are going to be put back into my inventory. So I also want to remove payments because something was wrong. So then I can click Revert. And so it's going to take the payment off of this, and it's also going to put the products back in my inventory. I can add on a product, take off a product, and then just start the process over with that invoice. So we can be redeemed if we make a mistake. It's okay. All right, let's take one last look at something else, and it's our referral program. So when you click referrals, okay, this is a free account, so I should have checked on that. You're going to get a green button right here, and it says Join Referral Program. I want you to click that, and then you're going to be given a unique code. That's just for you. Nobody else has the same code. And then you also are given a link that you can send to your sister consultants and invite them to sign up for Pink Office. Now, when she does that, she's going to get her trial that she will be able to try Pink Office out. And then when she pays for 1 month, she's going to get an additional free 30 days. So that's super exciting. So she'll get her free 30-day trial. She'll pay for 1 month, and then she gets another 30 days free. Well, because that code points back to you, you will then get 30 days free. So it's a great deal for both of you. So go ahead and click Join Referral Program and get your code and start sending it out to everyone you know. If you had 12 sister consultants sign up for Pink Office and pay for a month, you could have your entire year of Pink Office for free. And we want your Pink Office for free. That would be wonderful for you. Okay, if you have any questions about anything, please contact us. We really want you to get the most out of Pink Office. We want you to be successful in your Mary Kay, and we want you to be successful in using Pink Office. Don't forget to click the little pink bubble. We will get back with you if we're not in the office, if you weren't able to come in and work during our business hours. That's okay. We'll get back with you as soon as we're back online. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this really long video. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and we'll hear from you soon.